In this episode of Beer Circus, we're back in the UK, visiting the town of Huddersfield.
The Huddersfield area is pretty typical of northern central England. We're right on the top of the Pennines, in between Manchester and Leeds.
Huddersfield's traditionally a textile area. The textile mills have been in decline for the last 80, 90 years.
There are mill buildings all over the town. We're in a mill building right now. I think this mill in particular was actually a tannery. The name of the street is Tanyard Road. Huddersfield's a pretty hilly, small city, large town.
It's always had a very strong beer presence. There's a lot of good pubs in the town, and now probably 6 or 7 breweries for a population of 150,000.
And one of those breweries is Richard Burroughs' own Magic Rock.
The brewery opened in 2011.
We started brewing in the spring that year.
Within 6 months of opening, Magic Rock was named the #2 best new brewery in the world by RateBeer, and made the list of the 100 best breweries the following year. But they made the list not by brewing only traditional British ales.
We brew beers very much in the American style, really. Hoppy pale ales, IPAs, imperial stouts.
The main beers at Magic Rock are Ringmaster, RAPTURE, Highwire, Dark Arts and Cannonball IPA.
Ringmaster is a 3.9% pale ale.
We make that beer at least every week, and most of it goes into cask. It's all served locally.
This is the sort of running beer that the locals like to drink, really. People will have 6, 7, 8 pints of this in a session. And then we do a red hoppy beer, RAPTURE, hopped with American hops. That's 4.6%. It's like an amber ale, really. Then we do Highwire, which is a 5.5% American pale ale. There's usually at least 2 brews of that in tank at any time. Dark Arts is a London-style stout, fairly simple malt bill, nice and roasty, full mouthfeel, full-bodied. And then we have an American IPA that's called Cannonball.
We've taken the influence for that beer from the really pale, dry, hoppy IPAs from San Diego.
7.4%, dry hopped with Centennial, Simcoe and Amarillo.
So where did the brewery's name come from?
The name Magic Rock comes from the family business site in Huddersfield,
which has been importing, wholesaling minerals and crystals and precious stones. There's a lot of these magic healing crystals, and the idea sort of came from Magic Rock.
Hi Louise, how are you doing? I worked in that business doing the marketing and graphic design for 10 years until I developed this interest in beer and decided to take it further.
Malachite Pyramid's still here.
I wanted a name that had some grounding, in my history and the history of the site we located at. I didn't want to call it the Huddersfield Brewing Company, but I wanted there to be a bit of a backstory there, so hence, Magic Rock.
Demand for their beer has been huge, and the guys at Magic Rock are having problems keeping up.
We set up in an outbuilding at my family business, and they're our landlord, so we're kind of governed by the space that we had available to us.
And they are using all of that space. The fermenting vessels and kettle are actually cut into the brewery ceiling.
We made good use of the space we have. We started out with a 15 UK barrel capacity and only 2 fermenters. Now we've got 8 and we're pretty full, really.
In fact, those additional 6 fermenters had to be put outside.
We worked out the best way we could utilise the small space we had, but we ended up filling it within the first 12 to 16 months.
We've got up to a stage where we've got as much brewing equipment as we can in the site. We're making as much beer as we can.
As a result, things are a little tight at Magic Rock.
Generally in the brewery there's sort of 4 of us working at the moment, and it's just too busy. We've only got one kind of working space in the brewery, so yeah, we're generally just falling over each other while we're working. the same in the office. We've got a sort of little bit of an office in a kitchen, and when there's 4 or 5 of us all trying to sit down and eat dinner while the phone's ringing and we're taking orders and somebody's replying to emails, it's all a little bit too much at the moment.
On the next Beer Circus, with demand so great and space so short, they've decided to expand the brewery.
We're looking to expand to new premises to increase the production.
We're going to double the size of the brew house and make a lot more space for new fermenting vessels.
The other thing that we're really keen on having is an on-site tap room where people can come and taste the beer at source.